In the last stop before WrestleMania, we saw some twists and turns in WWE Fastlane. What's up, everyone? Jose G here, bringing you Sportskeeda Wrestling's WWE Fastlane recap and results. On the kickoff show, it was the U.S. champion Riddle versus Mustafa Ali for the United States title. In this matchup, we saw an ultra-aggressive Mustafa Ali take it to the bro, but Riddle delivered a massive bro derrick from the second rope to retain his U.S. championship. Afterwards, we saw the dismantling of Retribution as Reckoning walks out and defies Ali. Slapjack followed her, and T-Bar and Mace turned on Ali, delivering the Blind Justice chokeslam, essentially either kicking out the leader or breaking up the faction altogether. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the Women's Tag Team titles. In what was a match full of miscommunications from both teams, the current Women's Tag Team Champions found a way to retain their titles thanks to Reginald and a major dysfunction at the junction with Sasha Banks turning on Bianca Belair and finally setting their sights for their SmackDown Women's title match at WrestleMania. Intercontinental Champion Big E versus Apollo Crews. This match-off started off great. It was two bulls going at each other with a display of their power and strength. Big E and Apollo exchanged heavy blows, and Apollo showed off his raw power by suplexing Big E around the ring. But this match had a very awkward finish, as there was some type of double pin situation that was awarded to Big E, retaining his IC title. That finish didn't sit well with Apollo and continued beating down Big E, delivering two thunderous Olympic slams and standing over the fallen champion, signaling that he is not done with Big E. Braun Strowman versus Elias. In what was originally supposed to be a match against Shane McMahon, earlier in the day it was revealed that Shane McMahon could not compete due to a knee injury sustained during training. This prompted Shane to have Elias to fill in for him against a monster among men. Braun made quick work of Elias, even with some minor distractions by Jackson Riker. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins continued to show the SmackDown locker room that he will not tolerate disrespect from anyone, not from Cesaro and not from Shinsuke Nakamura. Rollins had a beautiful bout with the artist in what many consider a dream match. The momentum switched many times during the match, but it was Rollins delivering a new and unique maneuver that dazed Nakamura. Rollins was able to get a big win with the stomp against the world-renowned superstar in Shinsuke Nakamura. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus no-holds-barred match. Drew McIntyre made a huge entrance, bringing his Scottish Braveheart war paint to face the Celtic warrior Sheamus in what was an absolute war. Both men took this battle all around the Thunderdome. The battle got so chaotic that Drew McIntyre threw Sheamus through the Thunderdome LED panels, and Sheamus delivered a huge white noise through the announce table. As both men lay battered and bruised from the punishment they've inflicted on each other, Sheamus finds a way to put Drew back in the ring alongside a piece of the announce table. As Sheamus gets ready to hit him against that piece of the announce table, Drew McIntyre counters into the Future Shock DDT, then hits the Claymore to put away the Celtic Warrior. Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. This feud has been going on for several months, ever since the Viper burned the Fiend Bray Wyatt alive at Hell in a Cell. Alexa Bliss has been wanting payback for taking Wyatt away. As Randy makes his entrance and takes his signature pose on the turnbuckle, the Legend Killer starts coughing up the black substance. Alexa makes her way to the ring just in time for Randy to regain his composure. The match starts with Orton charging at Alexa and a huge burst of fire stopping him in his tracks. Alexa continues using her supernatural powers by dropping lighting sets from the Thunderdome and throwing fireballs to Orton's face. As Alexa Bliss is sitting on the turnbuckles staring at Orton, a hand comes up from the ring and grabs Orton's ankle. As Randy frees his legs, a huge fire burst from the ring emerges to reveal a burned and scorched Fiend Bray Wyatt. As Alexa kicks Orton onto Wyatt, the Fiend delivers his sister Abigail, and Alexa gets the cover for the win. Universal Champion Roman Reigns goes up against Daniel Bryan with Special Enforcer Edge. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns put on a hell of a match with incredible storytelling. It was Bryan's technical display that took command of most of the match. With several submission attempts by Bryan, Reigns continued powering out and using his strength to get back at him. But with the ref getting knocked out by Bryan's running knee, Edge enters the mix as the guest enforcer. As Bryan continues to out-grapple Roman and applying innovative submission moves, Jey Uso gets in the mix as he super kicks both Bryan and Edge, assisting the Tribal Chief mid-match. As Roman, Edge, and Bryan were laid out, Jey Uso gets a steel chair to finish the job, but Bryan is able to dodge the chair shot from Jey, getting possession of the chair, then hitting and taking out Jey Uso. As Bryan is looking on to capitalize by hitting Roman with the chair while the ref is out, Roman dodges Bryan's chair shot, inadvertently hitting and knocking out Edge. While Bryan realizing what just happened, Roman attempts to hit his signature spear but gets countered into the yes lock. With no official around, Roman starts fading away and starts to tap out, just to get broken up with continued chair shots by Edge. As the Hall of Famer walks away, Roman drags his body to cover a taken out Bryan to retain his Universal title. Thanks for watching the Sportskeeda Fastlane results and recap. Be sure to follow us on all social media. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.